I'm Howie Scarborough. I'm the CEO of Fall Protection Distributors, and we've recently released a blog on the website. It's focused on dimensional metals. They have a very wide selection of standing seam panels that they produce. And we're talking about different fall protection anchors that are compatible with their standing seam systems. So we have to be careful on standing seam roofs. We don't want to damage the roof system, but we also want to protect the workers. So we go into depth into each of the different standing seam panels that they offer. So if you don't know what the model name is, you should be able to go through this blog and identify it based on the images and the drawings that we have. And not all panels are compatible with seam mounted equipment. But as you scroll through here, in several places, there's a link that says roof anchor compatibility chart right here. All that's going to do is drop you down to the bottom of the page to our quick reference chart. And as you can see here, we have all the panels across the top, and then we have several different products down this left column that we're going to talk about. So the first thing I want to point out is anytime we're talking about seam mounted equipment, we're talking about 22 or 24 gauge steel panels, and we're talking about straight non-curved panels. Dimensional does offer some curving on their panels. So anytime you see curved on this chart, that's going to be marked as no, as non-compatible. Curved panels require additional fall protection expertise. We recommend you call in a safety expert to take a look at the plans or walk project before determining the correct fall protection plan. So starting with the SSRA1. So this is intended for 22 gauge steel panels. This attaches to the seam with 12 non-penetrating set screws. They're going to torque to 90 inch-pounds, so it's not a lot of torque. This is going to give you a single worker tie-off, and it has a removable D-ring for adapter plates, which we'll get into the adapter plates in a minute. The other option is an SSRA1 nylon tip version. So everything's the same. You just put in a different set screw. This is a set screw with a nylon bushing in the tip. And this is intended for 24 gauge steel, and you're going to torque these a little higher, 180 to 200 inch-pounds, get you a good lock on the seam. Single worker tie-off with removable D-ring. Everything else is the same. Now, once we have the anchors in place, then we get into our adapter plates. So the SSRA2 Roof Jack Adapter. So a pair of these will mount a 10-foot wooden walkboard so you can put a worker on a roof, have a nice level walking surface on steeper roofs. So you would mount two SSRA1s approximately 8 feet apart. You'd remove the D-rings, install a pair of SSRA2 Roof Jack Adapters on top of those, and those are adjustable for both seam height as well as roof pitch. So if you want to go to a temporary 100-foot horizontal lifeline on a roof, you need maximum mobility, then you can take two SSRA1s and you can mount an SSRA3 Anchor Plate on top of those. You would have one of those assemblies at each end of your ropes. You'd have two anchors and a plate at each end of a 100-foot rope. If you don't have a 100-foot run, let's say you have a 50-foot run, you can use the line tensioner and shorten that rope to whatever length is necessary, less than 100 feet. So that gets you two workers that can move around. And then we always recommend a couple of extra SSRA1 anchors along that rope mounted on a seam somewhere. So when your workers get to the position they're going to be working for a while, they can clip off the rope and clip into a fixed anchor point. Now we also offer a permanent 120-foot, it's an industry-exclusive super anchor, permanent horizontal lifeline. That's galvanized steel cable. It's designed for standing seam roofs. It has non-penetrating clamps, base plates with 5-inch riser posts, but that's a full kit we offer on the website you can take a look at as well. So if you're working on steel panels other than 22 or 24 gauge, or softer materials such as aluminum or zinc or copper, something that doesn't qualify for seam-mounted equipment, you can take a look at the Ridge Pro. The Ridge Pro is designed for 612 to 1212 pitch roofs, and they don't have to be metal roofs. They can be shingle. But basically, it's a ladder hook without the ladder. It mounts on the end of a 16-foot extension pole. The worker would climb the ladder, use the pole to run the Ridge Pro up the roof, flip it over the peak. And when you do that, you've now locked a vertical lifeline over the peak of the roof. So as soon as you step off the ladder onto the roof, you're already tied off. You can get your repair done, get your inspection done, get safely back to the ladder before you release your anchor and your rope and bring it safely back to the ground. So the Ridge Pro is a very versatile product used on a lot of different roof types, but the big thing on the Ridge Pro is 612 to 1212 pitch, and it gives you 100% tie off the whole time on the roof. So if you have any questions about any of these products or any of these panels, you can call us at this phone number on the website. You can email us at support@fallpd.com, or you can always hit this little blue button in the bottom right corner of the website, and that's our live chat. Let us know how we can help you.